speaking about horsing around, Britney Spears isn't.
No, she's not. Actually, that's really funny because she's taking this very seriously. I've been kind of I don't know what the term would be, hesitant to cover Free Britney stuff because of where it falls in the cultural spectrum right now. It's both news and pop culture. And what ultimately...
She's making a comeback.
What ultimately kind of gave me the desire to cover this is like, I was talking to someone back home about this story, who I talk about more about for other reasons, not usually about pop culture, but he said, he goes, growing up when we did, Britney Spears was pop culture. Britney Spears defined pop culture, not just pop music, but pop culture for a generation. I mean, she's one of those first really early examples in my life of like a celebrity having like a meltdown.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be mean. That was like one of those first examples that I can remember of like a celebrity having one of those definable moments that the media latched onto. And for all the posturing they do now about how the media is all about Free Britney, it's not like they didn't play their own role in what happened to her, right? You know, making her seem crazier than she is, you know, writing articles with clickbait headlines only for the money. So all of that kind of falls into that what became her conservatorship, and says,
like they're writing. They wrote like articles about her and Justin Timberlake, like she wants him back, and then didn't she lose custody of her kids
for a while? I don't know if that's still true, but it says Britney Spears says, quote, "Not doing music anymore is my way of saying F you after years of conservatorship." So she's basically putting her foot down and saying, I'm not making music now because she doesn't want to, you know.
She's healing.
So it says, now that Britney Spears has been freed from her 13-year conservatorship, she's expressed she's hesitant to release new music and is fearful of the entertainment industry, as she very well should be. Like,
the entertainment industry, there's kind of evil.
Not kind of. I would say genuinely, in a lot of ways, evil in ways that, you know, we wouldn't even discuss on the show, but everyone knows. It's not like that's a conspiracy theory. Everyone knows that Hollywood is full of very, very unsavory types. Not everyone. No one is saying that everyone is like that, or that it's weird satanic shit. We're just saying that it's full of opportunists that take advantage of the desires and hopes of young people trying to make their names, whether it be for career or fame purposes, right?
Yeah, look at Disney, for example.
Disney has an awful reputation. It's a weird paradox, right? Disney has this reputation as being a family company, but then the stories you hear, I mean, very few Disney young adult Disney stars end up, for every Hillary it was Hillary Duff, the normal one.
Hillary Duff is the normal one. And then Dylan Sprouse, he's one of the Sprouse twins. Okay. I think he's normal because Cole Sprouse went to jail. Okay. But he's still acting. He's in Riverdale still.
But for every Hillary Duff or Sprouse, you get a Miley Cyrus or a Demi Lovato, which, you know, no insult to them, have got this like long history of you know, public incidents that have
another good example, the Jonas Brothers, they all turn out fine.
Were they Disney people? Timberlake was he was a Mickey Mouse Club guy.
I think that's where he met Britney, and then Ryan Gosling was on it too.
Yes. So, you know, it's there's this long history like this unspoken truth that Disney screws up kids, right? So Britney is fearful of the entertainment industry. It says, in a post on Instagram, the singer wrote, quote, "So much time wasted to only embarrass me and humiliate me, and I guess it seems odd to most now why I don't even do my music anymore. That's just the surface issues. People have no idea the awful things that were done to me personally, and after what I've been through, I'm scared of people in the business." Echo, absolutely. Like, that's almost like too real, right? Like, it feels too real to, like, we all talk about that, the plebs of society who are not connected to the film industry, but to hear an actual celebrity talk about it makes it almost feel more real than it already was.
Do you think Hollywood is going to shun her like how Scientology shunned like all of those actors who left?
That's a good question. I mean, I tend to take the approach that Hollywood, above all else, wants to be a business. So if there's money to be made, they would probably work with her if she wanted to.
Because I know the actress who played as Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory. She was like a child actor, but then she quit because she wanted to continue college. And she's a real life neurologist, but then she continued acting. That's how she got her job as Amy Farrah Fowler in Big Bang Theory. So they still let them, but I'm just wondering about Britney because Britney has a bigger name than...
Yep. Britney Spears is a brand unto herself.
Yeah.
And realistically, she doesn't need to make music anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't need to.
She could find a million ways to, and she's got, I'm sure that even with everything that happened, she's got more than enough money to...
Do you think she gets royalties from
yes.
Just Dance?
Oh, I don't know.
Because Just Dance uses a lot of her music for...
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know how much of her money and like her lawyers and all of the rights deals she worked out were affected by the way her father and sister ran her conservatorship. But I am sure she's still getting more than enough money. So it says, she continued, quote, "They really hurt me. Not doing my music anymore is a way of saying F you in a sense when it's only actually benefits my family by ignoring my real work." During her conservatorship, which began in 2008, Britney Spears was under a harsh schedule, which found her releasing a handful of albums and consistently performing in the same new post. In the same new post, she said that the way she coped was by having, quote, everything's totally fine. She had the everything's totally fine approach because she didn't want to cause conflict. Oh, I know that. I understand that sentiment. Saying that she remained, quote, nice fake. So, faking that everything's okay, faking that everything's all right. But was absolutely screaming crying inside. Yeah. Yep. I wanted to be nice, but what they did to my heart was unforgivable, Spears wrote. I asked for 13 years to perform new songs and remixes of my old songs. I had 2 months off between each show settings for 4 years in Vegas. Wow. And every time I asked, I was told no. It was a setup to make me fail, yet I knew exactly what I wanted my fans to see. Spears said that though she had to perform the same set over and over again, network television shows were playing her music and remixes that she wanted to perform. So she wanted to do other stuff, and she was given no control as an artist over what she wanted to perform of her own music. Even her sister Jamie Lynn Spears was performing her older sister's remixes. They even gave remixes to my sister, but why was I always told no? She asked.
Yeah.
Still, Spears revealed earlier this month that new music might be en route. Psst, new songs in the works. I'm going to let you know what I mean, she wrote on Instagram. Spears' conservatorship was terminated in September, but for 13 years, her father, Jamie Spears, controlled her personal and business affairs and stripped her of any power over her life. This month, the 40-year-old's attorney slammed her father's request that she keep paying legal fees. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. I decided to skip that. That didn't feel as pop culture relevant. This feels very like when you've upset someone and you've damaged them so heavily that they don't even want to continue doing what they love to do. Yeah, that's abhorrent. To be honest.
That's true. Wait, is her sister normal? Because I know her sister did child acting.
Her sister was one of the people that was her conservators, her dad and her sister.
No, the younger one.
Jamie Lynn.
Oh, she was controlling her?
I think so.
No, I thought her younger sister... Because her younger sister did acting too as a young kid. She was Zoe 101.
I believe that her father and her sister were both part of her conservatorship. It's like Cough 9000.
Sorry, I'm trying here. I'm almost done with my water too.
I'm gonna point it out every time too.
Do a shot every time I cough.
Every time she coughs. Well, I can't drink, but I could fake drink.
Well, you can drink your Monster.
So like to me, this is just really, really sad. Like, is it like it was Britney Spears? I don't know how like relevant Britney Spears was for you growing up.
Yeah,
like,
I remember the time when she shaved her head.
Probably more so even than me because I was already outside my teen. I was a young adult. Well, not really. I'm 35 and she's 4. Yeah, so she was very relevant to my teen years. Maybe not mine, but people my age, but probably even more relevant to your younger years, right? So you remember her shaving her head. You remember that whole incident that was done. Like I remember like a bunch of TV shows, like CSI did like an episode where like a pop star shaves her head, and
I remember that episode.
So like she was very like she was she was pop culture for a lot of years. She was that that person. So,
but her songs are still banging. Like her songs, like "Oops, I Did It Again." That is like a great song.
A lot of like the one way to point out how culturally important she was is I have a weakness for like really like the
blondes.
No, the talented dancers who have gone their own way. The ones who do choreography, not just TikTok dancers, but they do choreography, but then they go take those dances and they go do them in like on Hollywood Boulevard, or the Walk of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and the ones you see the most, like people will do like Michael Jackson tributes where they do dances tributing Michael Jackson songs. Another popular one is they will do tributes to Britney Spears.
Yeah, and you remember that kid that said "Leave Britney alone"?
Yep,
that was a big cultural thing too. Like him just crying.
Yep. So it's really interesting. I would hope that I feel like eventually she'll come back around. Like knowing nothing about her situation. Not knowing nothing, knowing nothing on the inside of like what she's going through. I know that if you're passionate about something, for me that was skating, and even after periods of time where I was struggling within the industry, I would always come. I never left the sport completely. I still skated every day. I just didn't put material out there for people to see. And you always come back to something you're passionate about, especially if it's art. So I have a feeling she will be back. How she decides to do that financially, whether that's to monetize it or to just create it, I highly doubt she would do it just to do it. You're still going to end up, it's still your livelihood. She'll still probably find a way to release albums.
Yeah. But I don't know, because like I remember because it was like Christina Aguilera versus Britney, and they said if Britney wasn't a thing, Christina Aguilera would have been bigger than her. I'd
say Christina Aguilera ended up being not bigger than her, but a much more balanced career. It's continued in earnest this whole time.
Yeah.
She's still going. That's I would say actually the person that gained the most would probably be Gwen Stefani.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She probably gained. I don't know why I know that. Like, it's not like I listen to Gwen Stefani's music, but I do know that she's a relevant pop star, and everyone my age loved the band, no doubt. So
I didn't really like them.
Yes, well, that's your own fault. So I would say Gwen Stefani gained the most from that.
Well, isn't she still married to Blake?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's so cute. I
still
love
married.
that.
They like just got married like last year or something like that.
Really? I legit thought they were married for a long time.
I only know. It's not like I follow that type of gossip, but I remember like when I was looking for articles one day, it was something that was like they spend their first Christmas as a married couple or something. So maybe I'm misremembering that.
No, but I still think it's funny because like they met each other at work.
They did. That does happen. So yeah, that's it should be interesting to see what happens with all of this, but I don't know. Like, to me, the Britney stuff is really interesting because I don't like to cover the legal side of it because the legal side of it just feels too. It's not pop culture to me. It's more regular not politics. It's just news. It's just news. It's not pop culture. So
true. What about rumors?
Rumors are good.
Rumor has it.
But but I do want to ask you one more time. Like, is there anything like you would like to see? Would you like to see Britney release more music, or would you rather she just?
I want her to relax because I feel like she deserves it.
Yeah.
Because like going through something like that, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, she's just a drug addict."
Very easy for people to make that claim.
Yeah, they're like, she's just a drug addict. Like, she needs to control herself. Like, just keep on working and stop abusing drugs. But like, you don't realize like that mentality that you go through and that dark place that you're going through, and her family on top of that, like controlling her. She doesn't have an outlet.
Yep. Well, it's very easy to make claims about what someone's going through when you get like a curated outside perspective of like.
Yeah, like
10 seconds of their life in news interviews and clips. It's a lot harder if you actually know what's going on to them. And so I hesitate to ever want to pass judgment on anyone in that respect. But I would hope that she puts her health first before going on to do other things. Or at least make sure she's ready. Make sure she's ready for more stuff.
I just want her to take like maybe a year or 2 years off from the industry. And then like when she's ready to come, She can come back. People are still waiting.
Dude, come back and release independently. You don't need to have a record label anymore.
Yeah, Michael Jackson proved it.
Yeah, Tom McDonald proved it. It's a lot more work, but she can afford to hire people.
She has the money.
Hire independently and don't have a label.
Yeah, did you hear how Tom McDonald started his career?
He was a wrestler.
Well, no, music.
He was
music-wise.
I know he was doing typical stuff first, and then
so basically how he started was he said he moved to the state that he lives in. He only had $100 to his name, and then he asked his friends. He was begging them. He was like, I need money. Are you willing to financially loan me money to help me start this career? I promise you, when this career starts off and starts flowing, I will give you back that money. And that's how he became who he is now, because people believed in him. He put in the work into it.
There was he made an Instagram post once that he said that he gave himself a year deadline.
Yeah.
And he was going to commit.
Yeah.
That he was going to do that to himself, which we can't say on air, and that if he didn't find success before then, he was going to do that, and he had managed to find that success. So that's why a lot of his less political music talks about fear of falling, not fear of failing, but fear of falling out of where he's You okay?
I think so. I had too much salt.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.